Jai Śrīman Nārāyaṇa, Jai Śrīman Nārāyaṇa, Jai Śrīman Nārāyaṇa. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Śrīmad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Shyam Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Śrī Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvards. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Śrīman Nārāyaṇa. I welcome all of you here physically at the Śrī Nārāyaṇa Dhām in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally, and I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We continue on our topic, the spiritual revolution of the Bhagavad Gītā worldwide. We are on chapter 1 and I'm currently discussing between verse 2 and 11. And before we go to verse 12, I just want to show you and prove to you that the Bhagavad Gītā is absolute. Absolute means it cannot be tinkered, it cannot be manipulated, it cannot be interpreted, and it cannot be altered to suit any particular cult, philosophy, religion, or community. So we are on the battlefield. Duryodhana is on this battlefield. His father, Dhritarashtra, is kilometers away watching or hearing the description through Sanjaya, who is also not on the battlefield. Sanjaya is with Dhritarashtra kilometers away. Sanjaya is watching this battle of Kurukshetra through divine sight. He is watching it in real time. He has capacity to enter the minds of all the role players in this battle, and he also knows what they are thinking. But he is not at the battlefield. What is this telling you? There's an unrighteous person who is physically blind and who is not at the battlefield. Then there is a righteous person who is not physically blind. He is also not at the scene of action. What are you learning from this? Although he is not at the scene of action, he has capacity to see the entire scene in real time. What is the distinction? Is there a reason? I can hear this mic echoing. Where's Sharon? What is the reason? Nothing that happens in this universe is coincidental. Nothing that happens in this universe happens by chance. This entire universe works with precision. So when you come for satsang, you have to be here in the ashram.
Trying to start knocking out the tree.
So I'm asking the question again. Two people in the same room. You got a break now. Two people in the same room. One is unrighteous and one is righteous. Both are not at the battle of Kurukshetra. One who is righteous is watching, has divine sight to watch the battle, divine sight to watch the battle from afar. And one is completely blind, physically blind, and he is listening to what is happening at Kurukshetra. What are you learning from this? What is it telling you?
The righteous will be saved and it is an unrighteous person. Find a species or the narrative that suits itself.
The righteous can see reality as it is. The righteous can see reality as it is. And the unrighteous has no clue, will always be blind, whether he has eyes or no eyes. The unrighteous is blind, because the unrighteous cannot see reality. Unrighteous, with or without physical eyes, cannot see reality. Righteous, with or without physical eyes, because is he using his physical eyes? Is Sanjaya using his physical eyes? No. So he is also not using his physical eyes. Both of them have no physical eyes during this Kurukshetra. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because Sanjaya is watching this through divine eyes, which means his physical eyes is not operating. He is watching it through divine eyes. You need to understand this. You need to understand that if you are unrighteous, you'll never see reality. And if you are righteous, you don't need eyes to see reality. And who wants to be loyal to the Guru? Who wants to be loyal and righteous to the Guru? Okay, you have to go to the hospital, remove your eyes, and see with divine sight. Are any of you prepared? Yes, I can't see any hands now. I can't see any hand. Alright? But are you understanding why? Are you understanding why this conversation is taking place in this dimension and what you need to pick up. As I said, the Bhagavad Gita is compacted in 700 verses, but it contains the entire universe in it. This 700 verses contains the entire universe. And it is the job of a bona fide spiritual master to expose what is contained in the Bhagavad Gita. That is the job of a bona fide spiritual master. This spiritual master that explains the Bhagavad Gita is the spiritual master of the Bhagavad Gita itself. This spiritual master must take its birth from the Bhagavad Gita verse, chapter 4, verse 34. This spiritual master must take his birth in chapter 4, verse 34. There are a lot of gurus and spiritual masters in the world, yes or no? How many of them has taken their birth in verse 4 or chapter 4, verse 34? This is the contention. When you read a Bhagavad Gita, if that guru did not take his birth from chapter 4, verse 34, then he has no capacity to make any recommendation of the Bhagavad Gita. If he is born outside the Bhagavad Gita, he can never explain the inside of the Bhagavad Gita. Yoga gurus, meditation gurus, gurus born outside sampradayas, gurus who make their own sampradayas, darshan gurus. Currently there's one guru in South Africa now, he's using my tilak. This tilak is born in chapter 4, verse 34. Then if you read his bio, he said at the age of 5, one Babaji from one mountain initiated him into some yoga, but he went and took his initiation from the Śrī Sampradaya. Show me one verse in the Bhagavad Gita where it states a guru comes from some Babaji, some yogi who is 5, 6, 700 years old. All those are material gurus. The yogi is a material guru. He just saves his breath. Your age depends on your breath. If you breathe once in 2 hours, you will breathe 12 times in 24 hours. What will happen to your age? You will extend your age. There's nothing miraculous about that. You just need to learn how to control your breathing, because your life, when you are sent here, Nirali, is because it's computed how many times you will breathe. When your breath finishes, you die. You die. You can die at 80, or you can be an angry woman and die at 40. When you are angry, double breath. Now when Nirali is angry, how she breathes? Dad, I told you. That is fast breathing. 3 breaths in the time of 1 breath. Do you understand? So there's nothing great. You can live on your breath without food. It is a science. It is a science. All Babajis came into this earth after God created this earth. All Babajis came into this earth after the universe was already created. There's nothing very great if you can live on your breath. All you have to do is find the technique. Do you understand? You don't become superior in knowledge if you can eat from your breath. If you can eat from your breath, because this technology is created by the Supreme Lord Himself. So I'm covering all loopholes. I'm covering all gaps. This discourse, when it ends, there'll be no gap for any commentary or explanation of the Bhagavad Gita if that Guru is not born in chapter, verse 34. That Guru must take his birth in the Bhagavad Gita and live inside the two covers of the Bhagavad Gita. That is a bona fide spiritual master. Inside the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord does not ask the Guru to create anything. Inside the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord does not ask the Guru to take a white, beautiful tilak and make it black. And inside the Bhagavad Gita, there's no such thing as darshan. Otherwise, the entire universe can be liberated. There is no such thing as darshan in the Bhagavad Gita. But you get these charismatic, non-Bhagavad Gita gurus. Let's call them non-Bhagavad Gita gurus. They come with charisma and they mislead millions from Sanatana Dharma. It is these gurus that go out to the West, because you can buy the West easily. These gurus who go to the West, remember the West is looking for an escape. They only need an orange, dhoti, some Sanskrit, some Hindi, and some hopping mad dancing. That is madness. That is absolute madness, because dancing is not spirituality. And this is the second guru that's dancing in the West. And his dancing is the same style. Hopping mad, dancing, standing in one place and up and down. If you want to watch dancing, go to 2024. I was dancing to all Zuma's songs. That's a proper guru dance. That's a proper guru dance. So it is my duty to defend the Supreme Lord's instructions, don't you think? Is it my rightful duty? If I am explaining the Bhagavad Gita in its entirety, and then if there's others that explain the Bhagavad Gita falsely, what do you think would be my duty? To, if I endorse it, am I not accessory after knowing the full truth to the crime of false exposition of the Bhagavad Gita? Am I not accessory to the crime?
Yes.
Mango? So it is my duty to expose and cover all the gaps. all the gaps. Baba, there's no Babajis. I looked in the 700 verses. I could not find any Babajis. I did not find Lord Krishna say you must follow a Babaji. Alright? So I want to cover this gap. And all gaps must be covered by God. By who? Who must cover the gaps? God. Norman, am I right? God has come to earth, He has spoken. If there are gaps, who must cover those gaps? The Guru or God? God. God must cover the gaps. Guru must find the scripture that covers the gap. You agree? Guru must find the scripture that covers gaps that have been exposed by notorious people who impersonate as gurus. Can you have a fake policeman? No. Sana, I don't know how many years you spent as a fake policeman there when you were working and collected your wages, but you can't have a fake policeman. You can have somebody impersonating a policeman. Just like that, you can't have a fake guru. You can have people impersonating as gurus. You understand? You can't have. A person is either a guru or not a guru. So now we're going to concentrate on all the not a gurus. We're going to concentrate on all those who are not a gurus, and all those Norman following not a gurus. Who are they? Not a followers. Yes or no? Yes. So Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 17. Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 17. I'm closing this gap once and for all. I'm closing this gap once and for all. Listen very, very carefully with pricked ears. Text 27. And this is Lord Shri Krishna himself speaking. He says, one should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way, full stop. One should not envy him, thinking him an ordinary man, comma, for he is the representative of all the Devis and devas. Let me read it one more time. One should know the Acharya as myself. Who is speaking? Who is speaking? And who is myself? Lord Shri Krishna. And never disrespect him in any way, full stop. One should not envy him, comma, thinking him an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all the Devis and Devas. So there are 330 million cosmic administrators. These are 330 million positions. 330 million positions. How big is this universe? So you think that amount of seats in the universe is adequate to maintain the universe? Yes, the Devis and Devatas are cosmic administrators. It is a misconception in Sanatana Dharma that Sanatana Dharma has many gods. Sanatana Dharma has only one Supreme Lord Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa, translated into English, meaning the source and goal of all living entities. Then it has 330 million cosmic administrators who administrate the universe on behalf of himself. Only one Supreme Lord. But there are these impersonators. There are these impersonators who confuse this Vedic injunction by going around the world. One went around the world and said, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, head, and Lord Narayan emanates from Lord Sri Krishna. So he has to be an impersonator, and all his writings have to be debunked. Have to be debunked, because in every book of his, from the Bhagavad Gita to every book of his, he has stated that Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, head. So we refute all his teachings. We refute all his teachings, because if you put a drop of poison in a glass of milk, what will happen to the whole milk? Whole milk will become poisonous. So if you change the category of the Supreme Lord, then what happens to the whole category? Do you understand? All of you? But whatever we do, we must do with evidence. Okay, so for my transcribers, I want you to Google Nara and Narayan now. Google Nara and Narayan. And whilst you're Googling it, I'm going to explain. Nara and Narayan are two sages that Lord Śrīmad Nārayaṇa himself incarnated into. Who incarnated into these two sages? Lord Śrīmad Nārayaṇa himself incarnated into these two sages in Satyug. In Satyug, they have remained on this planet Earth, and they continue to remain on this planet Earth. Are you all in there? Which temple they are currently residing on? At the moment they are residing at Badrinath. 5,000 years ago they were also residing at Badrinath. But 5,000 years ago, Nara became Arjuna and Narayan became Krishna. 5,000 years ago, Nara became Arjuna and Narayan became Krishna. So I covered that gap. I called this person an impersonator. Am I scripturally correct in denouncing this entire institution? Am I scripturally correct? Because Lord Narayan became Nara and Narayan Rishi two sages who remained on earth from Satyug 5,000 years ago. Nara became Arjuna and Narayana became Krishna. So how can you get Narayana coming out of Krishna? Okay? So I'm scripturally denouncing this entire institution with all its books and all its lectures and anything it had to say about Sanatana Dharma. Because if you go to Google today and if you want to know about Sanatana Dharma, this institution has claimed to be the forerunner of Sanatana Dharma. Yes or no? When you go there, then it is Google thinks this institution is the forerunner of Sanatana Dharma, which it is not. It merely impersonated. That Guru was an impersonator. He lied to the world in the Bhagavad Gita. He lied to the world in the Bhagavad Gita that Lord Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is a lie. A lie in Sanatana Dharma is demonic. A lie in the Sanatana Dharma is demonic. So are we clear? Nara and Narayan came in Satyug. There was no Krishna in Satyug, no Krishna in Dwapara Yuga. In Treta Yuga, Krishna came in Dwapara Yuga from Narayan, Rishi, and Arjuna came from Nara. I'm saying this many times, so I want it to sink in. Because for about 50 years now or so, the world is following this great institution. When it has falsely. And if members of this institution are listening to this discourse, the right thing for them to do would be to abolish all the scriptures and join the Śrī Sampradaya. And join the Śrī Sampradaya, because at this point in time, today, it is from the four Sampradayas, it is only the Śrī Sampradaya that is scripturally correct. It is only the Śrī Sampradaya that is scripturally correct. The Brahma Sampradaya has deviated through this institution. This institution has deviated the Brahma Sampradaya. The Kumara Sampradaya has deviated and the Rudra Sampradaya has deviated. These gurus born in these Sampradayas change the Vedas to Abheda Veda, Dvaita, Asintya Veda. All these philosophies are not in the Bhagavad Gita. So later, Lord Krishna is going to kick these philosophies out. Who? Yeah. As we move along, Lord Krishna from the Bhagavad Gita is going to kick out all the non-Bhagavad Gita gurus. You like that? You think it's right? You think it's scripturally lawful, normal? God must do all the work. Guru must do nothing. Guru must just point it out. Guru must just point it out and God must do the work. So Norman, if somebody says Ryan is Norman's father, that Ryan came first and then you came, will you be firstly happy with that? You are Lord Narayan, Rani is Mother Lakshmi, and Ryan is Brahma. Only thing, he never come out of your navel, he came out of Rani's womb. Right? Norman, would you be upset if somebody now changed the whole dynamics? Will you be upset? Would you want somebody to rectify it? So how you think Lord Narayan feels when Lord Krishna is born of him, is an incarnation of him, and somebody go and say, no, Narayan is the son of Krishna. Won't he be upset? And isn't it correct to correct this? Isn't it correct to correct this? Even if these people have 20 million followers. Because how many million followers are thinking that Ryan is your father? Do you understand? If we don't correct this, are people being deceived? Is it deception?
Yes.
So, am I disrupting or bringing disharmony to Sanatana Dharma, or am I cleansing Sanatana Dharma? When you point out to the police that there are thugs in the community, are you helping the community or you harming the community? You are helping. Am I the first guru to refute impersonators? No. Since time immemorial, would bona fide gurus were impersonators. It is just that in this 21st century, impersonators went global. How many people in the world know of Lord Ramanuj? Norman? You didn't even know? You knew? Yet, Lord Ramanuj is the founding guru for re-establishing Sanatana Dharma in the 21st century. He is the guru that re-established Sanatana Dharma 1000 years ago. Then you get these impersonators that go to the West and do some exercises and they become yoga gurus. Are yoga gurus more known than Ramanuja?
Yes.
Are meditation gurus more known than Ramanuja? Are impersonator gurus more known than Ramanuja?
Yes.
So what you think it is our duty to re-establish and correct that Lord Śrī Ramanuj is the only guru from 1000 years ago to today who re-established Sanatana Dharma as per Veda Vyas, as per Veda Vyasa's compilation. No other guru has done that. They all deviated and changed Veda Vyasa's compilation. And it is our duty, each one of you seated here, and those of you that took initiation, and those of you that carry the surname Ramanuja, to permeate this universe until every human being in every continent understands that Lord Ramanuj is the Adi Guru of Sanatana Dharma in this modern day and age. It is the duty of every one of you. This is why I am aggressively revolutionizing the Bhagavad Gita of Lord Ramanuj. It is the only correct Bhagavad Gita in the world today. And I can say it 1,000,000 times. Lord Śrī Ramanuja's Gita Bhasya is the only scripturally correct explanation of the Bhagavad Gita in the world today. Lord Ramanuj's explanation of the Brahma Sutras is the only scripturally correct Brahma Sutras in the world today, and all the works of Lord Ramanuj is 100% scripturally correct. And I'm going to give you an example. Are you all hot with the heat, or are you all hot with this information? You are hot with this information. Alright? So I'm going to give you an example. Can you see 12? Look at Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa. How many symbols can you see on him? He has 12 symbols, and each of these symbols became a person. Each of the symbols incarnated into persons from the end of Dwapara Yuga into the beginning of Kali Yuga. End of Dwapara Yuga, 3, and the rest beginning of Kali Yuga. And they are called the Alvas. They are called the Alvas, and these 12 Alvas are depicted in the entrance of this ashram, the whole driveway. When you finish, after today's discourse, when you're doing parikrama, you pay your obeisances to the 12 Alvas. I didn't put it there for decoration. Alright? They are situated in the Taj Mahal frames alongside here. They are the 12 Alvas. They are the symbols of Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa, and they have taken incarnation. You see, in the spiritual world, can you see what you can see there? Show me one symbol. On Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa, what you can see? You got a conch there? You got a conch? You can see the conch. Now in the spiritual world there is no material. There is no material, so you, the soul, takes the shape of a conch and serve Lord Narayan as a conch. No material in the spiritual world. No material elements in the spiritual world. So you take the shape of a conch and you become the conch in the spiritual world. Souls take formation in the spiritual world to serve the Supreme Lord. So if the Lord is sitting on a Vyasasana, one of you can become the Vyasasana so the Lord can sit on. It is fully spiritual. It is an individual soul. When the Lord is moving in the aeroplane started in the spiritual world. Lord Narayan flies in the spiritual world and his aeroplane is the Garuda. Bird takes a form. You also Lord Narayan sitting on the Garuda. Do you understand? But if he wants to go in an aeroplane, then Naveen can say, I'm the aeroplane. I fueled myself properly when I was on earth. Special fuel, it can last. I can take you anywhere in Vaikunth. I have enough fuel. You know what fuel I'm talking about now? You don't have to have someone to pretend to be the fuel. Alright? So Naveen can become the aeroplane and Lord Narayan can fly. Are you understanding? All of you? So these 12 alvars, they took the birth, and when they came to earth, they described the Supreme Lord in 4,000 verses as per Vedic injunctions. And I got the 4,000 verses, yeah? Divya Pradhanam. It's called the Divya Pradhanam. Those 4,000 verses describes the Supreme Lord as per Vedic injunctions. So when you get a description of Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa, and when you go into the Vedas, you'll find that the Vedic injunction describes the Supreme Lord exactly as the poems describe it. But Lord Ramanuj never used the Divya Pradhanams in his explanation of all the scriptures. There is no reference to the 12 alvars in Lord Ramanuj's explanation of the scriptures as per Vedic injunctions. Why? I can read every verse for you, and I can go into the Vedas and bring in a precedent from the Vedas. But Lord Ramanuj did not use one verse, although his life revolved around the 12 alvars. He spent many years with arranging the Divya Pradhanams of the 12 alvars, but Lord Ramanuj did not use one verse as a reference of the 12 alvars. I'm asking why.
Because the Lord had already,
Sorry?
the Lord had already set out a set of instructions for Lord Ramanuj in the Gita.
No, because they are authorized scriptures only which you can use, notwithstanding any other writing. And the authorized scriptures are Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, Brahma Sutras. Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, Brahma Sutras, and not the Divya Pradhanams. And not the, so although it is 100% correct, you have to follow the Vedic instructions when you are consolidating explanation of the Vedas. Are you understanding? So in the 15th, 16th century, there was another saint called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he initiated the Asintya Veda philosophy. In the 15th to 16th century, there was a saint called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He had 6 followers called the Goswamis. He had 6 followers called the Goswamis, and the Goswamis wrote their own observation about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Can we use anything from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's writings or the Goswami's writings if we want to validate Vedic injunction? Norman? Can we use? Why? What the rule is saying? You can only use Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, and Brahma Sutras. These are the 3 authorized scriptures for referencing and for consolidating. So there is an institution that is based on the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu solely. Can that organization claim to represent Sanatana Dharma? Because Sanatana Dharma, there's rules. In Sanatana Dharma, there's scriptural rules. No guru, no saint, no sage has license to make his own story. As soon as he makes his own story, R, U, N. What you must do? Any saint or sage making their own story, you must run. And why I'm saying this? Let's go back to Nara and Narayan, Krishna and Arjuna. Why did God divide himself into teacher and disciple? Why did God divide himself into teacher and disciple? Norman, for the purposes of the Bhagavad Gita, why did Lord Śrī Nārāyaṇa divide himself as Arjuna, who is the disciple, and as Krishna, who is the teacher? Why did Lord Narayan do that? To ensure there's no fake disciples. That is that a penny dropping? Norman, is a penny dropping? We're ensuring that there's no fake gods. We're also ensuring there must be no fake gurus. Because God does not trust an ordinary man right up to Lord Brahma, who is the secondary creator of the universe. Lord Brahma is the engineer of this universe, and God does not trust him. How God going to trust one of the saints and sages that were born on this earth? God does not trust a human being. Finish and Kla. For international devotees, Kla comes from the Afrikaans word finish. So I'm saying finish and finish, double finish. So no guru that took his birth on this planet, Norman, I want you to understand this very, very carefully. God does not trust a guru. Is he right? In this world today, how many real gurus we got from the Bhagavad Gita and how many impersonators we got from outside the Bhagavad Gita telling you they know the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Do you understand? A guru born from inside the Bhagavad Gita will never change a sentence of the Veda. A guru born outside the Bhagavad Gita doesn't know God properly. Because if you don't know that Norman is the father and Ryan is the son, how will you know the whole scripture? Even you wrote 500 books. If you don't know the fundamentals, how will you know the rest? How will you know the rest? Do you understand? So Arjuna is acting like the disciple, but he is the Supreme Lord, Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa himself, so that there is no contamination in the Bhagavad Gītā. The Bhagavad Gītā can never be contaminated. Whatever question Arjuna asked, whatever weaknesses Arjuna had, he had it for the purpose of teaching mankind. Arjuna was never weak, because Arjuna himself is Supreme Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa. So I'm saying this, I brought this discourse in at this point to show you that the Bhagavad Gītā is intact, both from Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa and from Arjuna, who is ultimate Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa. So both sides of the Bhagavad Gītā, both sides is absolute. Somebody can say, hey, Arjuna was a human being. He asked some questions which are not absolute. Because if you ask him the absolute questions, then you have to be absolute. Mirali, you have to be Lord Narayan to ask him, why things are not working? You can't ask him as a human being. You must be on the absolute level to speak to the absolute. Is it making sense? Do you understand? Cyril, are you understanding? The Bhagavad Gītā is absolute because the teacher is the creator and the disciple is also the creator. Teacher is the creator, disciple is the creator, nothing, no one. If Lord Śrīmad Nārāyaṇa as Arjuna couldn't change the Bhagavad Gītā when he tried. Did he try?
Yes.
Did Arjuna try to change the Bhagavad Gītā? Yes. Right here in chapter 1 I'm going to show you, but I wanted to lay the foundation first. If Arjuna, I want you to hear me carefully. If Arjuna, who is the Supreme Lord himself, couldn't change the Bhagavad Gītā, Norman, can anyone change the Bhagavad Gītā? Nirali is sinking in, Ashish is smiling. I'm putting you front line when the other ashrams come for me. You know, by this declaration, 80% of the ashram should be closing down today. And you know, nobody has made this declaration yet. This is the world's first declaration, is it? Go Google it, go check it, go and see it. So my job is to make the Bhagavad Gītā impregnable. What's my job? To guard the chastity of the Bhagavad Gītā and make sure it is impregnable. And am I doing it? Are you understanding it? Did I go out of, am I doing this from my mind? Rani, where am I doing this from? Bhagavad Gītā 8:7. So it is a Bhagavad Gītā that refutes all the philosophies, all the impersonators, and it is the Bhagavad Gītā that's going to establish Lord Ramanuj as the Adi Guru of Sanatan Dharma in this 21st century. Everyone around the world should be singing whose praises? Lord Ramanuj praises. Yes? Do you understand? And unfortunately, 1,000 years ago, when Lord Ramanuj re-established Sanatana Dharma, he had to go on his knees and do it on palms and fronds and ink. I'm doing it through AI. No, we're doing it through technology. We're doing it through technology. Alright? We're using the latest technology to present to you Sanatana Dharma as it really is. And it will be our duty to make sure Google removes impersonators. Don't you think, Norman? We need to find ways and means of Google kicking out false explanations of the scripture. Don't you think? Don't you think? Yes, it is our duty. So we need to continuously post this absolute truth in every Sanatana Dharma group in the world. Yes or no? So are we all here in the understanding that the Bhagavad Gita is absolute from cover to cover? Alright? So I want to go and verify Sorry, Mom. I need glasses desperately. I'm going worse than Dista Rasta. Okay, I'm reading from chapter 10. I'm bringing chapter 10 to cover what I have stated already now. To cover this discourse that I'm giving you, I'm going to validate with chapter 10 verse 3. He who knows me as unborn and without a beginning and the great Lord of the worlds, he among the mortals is undeluded and is released from every sin. Okay? You heard? Read one more time. Chapter 10, verse 3. He who knows me as unborn and without a beginning and a great Lord of the worlds, he among the mortals is undeluded and he is released from every sin. So I'm talking, if the impersonators knew this, is there any reason to impersonate and give false narratives? Do you understand? And then he says in the next verse, verse 4, intelligence, knowledge, non-delusion, forbearance, truth, restraint, self-control, pleasure, pain, exaltation, depression, fear, and fearlessness, and it goes on to verse 5, non-violence, equality, cheerfulness, austerity, beneficence, fame, and infamy, these different qualities of beings arise from me alone. So all your virtues and all your vices are computed into your technology by your Creator Himself. Is he saying it here? Have I said it before? Have I said it before? I said it in the introduction, and there I'm reinforcing what the Supreme Lord is saying here. Okay, so all your virtues and all your vices are computed into your technology called the human being by the Supreme Lord Himself. Then at creation, He created 7 rishis called the Sapta Rishis. How many rishis He created? Called the Sapta Rishis before mankind. And He computed all Vedic knowledge into these 7 rishis. And He created 4 Manus. How many? 4 Manus, who is the first man, and He instilled all Vedic injunctions into them. Now, trillions of years later, where are the 7 rishis? Where are the 7 rishis trillions of years later? Right? Jessica? Before when you should fight with Satish Bhai, you should tell him, I know everything. You know, at the end of the argument, I know everything. So, based on that conclusion of yours, where are the 7 rishis? Where are the 7 rishis? Jessica, if your forefather was a rishi, you should be sitting here. They are still in existence in the 7 heavenly planetary systems. Some are in Mahalok, some are in Janalok, and there's one who's in the Dhruva star, the North Star. They are still influencing every human being on earth today. The Sapta Rishis, in different epochs, they change. They change, not all of them. And Vishwamitra and Vasistha Muni, they are speakers in the Rig Veda. They are speakers in the Rig Veda. So I'm just connecting, I'm telling you that no one has the authority to change anything. I'm telling you 1,000,000 times. This is my reason for explaining the Bhagavad Gita. So God, He Himself does not change anything. Then He creates 7 rishis from His mind. The Sapta rishis are mind-born. The 4 Manus are mind-born, so they're not contaminated in a womb. They are not contaminated from a womb. They're not contaminated from a human birth. That is why they are born of the mind of the Supreme Lord. Are you understanding again my exclusiveness when it comes to scriptures? So you got God, He does not interfere with the scriptures. Then He got the 7 rishis. They don't interfere. They are great rishis. They are born from His head. They don't interfere or change anything in the scriptures. Then you got the 4 Manus. The Manus were born from His head as well, through Brahma's head, from His head, from His mind through Brahma's mind. And same for the rishis, from His mind through Lord Brahma's mind. So the Vedas is intact, impregnable. And the Supreme Lord has created the system where not even He can change the weather. So this might be boring along the way, but I have to reinstate this truth in order for me to refute all falsity. You agree? This truth has to be retained, it has to be spoken consistently to refute every other falsity that exists. Okay? So again, I'm going to give you an example. Let's go to Duryodhana. So Duryodhana is there. He's an evil king. He wants everything for himself, even that which does not belong to him. Even that which does not belong to him. Okay? Then let's look at Arjuna and let's look at Duryodhana. When the Lord asked these two, who wants me and who wants my army, what did Duryodhana take? What does the army represent in our life today? Materialism. Duryodhana chose materialism and Arjuna chose the Lord. Where does materialism come from? From the Lord. Where does gold, diamond, trees, this universe, where does it emanate from? The Lord. Look at the mindset of the unrighteous. Which is stronger and which is bigger? The Lord or materialism? The Lord. When you choose the Lord can permanently give you everything. When you choose materialism got a expiry date. That army can die. Lord's army can die. Can the Lord die? So what you must choose? Because the Lord can still give you, when you choose the Lord, you can still have all that materialism because it is created by the Lord. But if you choose materialism, which is impermanent, when it diminishes, who's going to create it for you again? Smiley? Who must you choose? The Lord or his materialism? The Lord. But if I give you a big gold bar, the size of this ashram, Smiley, and I show you Lord Narayan there in that corner. You take that Lord Narayan in the corner or you take this gold bar, size of the ashram. Don't lie, Smiley, this is ashram. What you take? No, you take a gold bar. You're already thinking Belito, aeroplane, South African Reserve Bank, all that you think in Smiley. You'll take the gold. I can't see anyone seated here in the ashram who'll take the Lord. And I'm honest. And Guru have to be honest. Everyone, already the gold. People are thinking, you're really thinking of the big gold chain, you know. Yes? Are you understanding? Unrighteous people, how dumb they are. They won't take the creator of the gold, they'll run for the gold. Because when you take the creator, Tisha, you can have a gold franchise jewelry store around the universe, not only planet Earth, around the universe. Alright? All of you understand? Properly. But how did Duryodhana just land at Kurukshetra? Because I said everything must be mathematical. Sanatana Dharma is a spiritual science. Everything must connect mathematically. Why did he have a blind father? And how was 100 sons involved? Let's look at these three aspects before we close down. Duryodhana, how did he land at the battlefield of Kurukshetra? Dhritarashtra, why is he blind? And how is it possible 5,000 years ago for a woman to give birth to 100 children? Earlier on, the Western society, when they was looking at 100 children, and even today, our so-called Hindus, even you here inside here, you thinking it's a myth. How you can have 100 children? Aren't you thinking it's a myth? Huh? So we need to factor this, because I'm saying this must be taught as a syllabus in every university in the world. These discourses from the Śrī Nārāyaṇa Dhām must be taught in universities, high schools, primary schools, in governments, in politics. This discourse must be taught all over. And for this discourse to be taught all over, don't you think these questions have to be covered by us as we read the Bhagavad Gita? How did Dhritarashtra get 100 sons? Why was he blind? And why Duryodhana from birth was evil? Silence. So Dhritarashtra killed 100 birds. Ryan, this is your section. Mango, I want you to listen carefully. And Ryan, when you go, tell Lucky this story. They are the birds are a big part of the Mahabharata. Alright? Dhritarashtra in a previous life killed 100 birds, and he is paying off his karma in the next lifetime. He was cursed to be blind, and how he killed those birds, his sons must be killed. So are we covering karma? I spoke about karma in the introduction. I'm bringing karma in. I'm bringing karma in. Then Dhritarashtra's wife got pregnant, but she couldn't have children. So that body that was in a womb was extracted and put into 101 test tubes. Artificial insemination started long time ago, and the Mahabharata is the proof of artificial insemination. And these 100 sons were born from jars. They didn't have test tubes, they had jars. And certain herbs and spices, certain herbs were used in this artificial insemination together with mantras. Okay? You understand? And these are the 100 sons, and they also had a daughter. So this is Dhritarashtra's previous life. And if any one of you here are planning to kill any animal, remember Dhritarashtra Rashtra. Remember? Dhritar Rashtra. Mango? I don't want to change your name to Dhritar Rashtra. You better start obeying the Guru and make your friendship again with the Guru. Alright? Mango pecked me twice. Unprovoked. 3 times. Okay, thrice. Unprovoked. Okay? So are you clear on this one aspect? Then who is Duryodhana? Who is Duryodhana? Duryodhana is a partial incarnation of Kali. Duryodhana is the partial incarnation of the season of Kali Yuga personified. The season of Kali Yuga personified is Duryodhana. Are you understanding his evil ways? It was Lord Sri Krishna who brings all these perspectives into place. How did Lord Krishna land for the battle of Kurukshetra? How did Lord Krishna land for the battle of Kurukshetra? It was Mother Earth who went to Lord Brahma and complained of the demonic kings that was burdening her. Of the demonic kings that was burdening her, then Lord Brahma reported to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu said, don't worry, go tell the Devis and Devtas to start taking birth. Tell the cosmic administrators to start taking birth in righteous families. In righteous families. You remember in Treta Yuga there was a fight between the Asuras and the Devas. Then the Asuras were living on one side, the Devas were living on one side. Then in Dwapara Yuga, they were fighting from different countries. Then in Kali Yuga now they had no place on top. No place on top. They're fighting in the same human. So Nirali is Mahalakshmi on one side. I can't think of a female demon. Okay, Nirali, I'll give you I'll discuss it when you next. Alright? So right now just be happy Guru said you Mahalakshmi. So one person now has a demonic character and a divine character. So the Asuras left the heavenly systems where they were placed because there's no place for them in Kali Yuga, and they started taking birth in Kshatriya families. They started taking birth in Kshatriya families. Who are Kshatriyas? Kings and warriors. So that's how they started becoming kings on this planet Earth, and they started unrighteous activities. So this was reported to Lord Sri Krishna, and Lord Sri Krishna asked his cosmic administrators to join him. Every time the Supreme Lord comes to earth, he comes with his own people. And this is what set the stage for the battle at Kurukshetra. So on one side the battle is physical and real, on the other side it is symbolic and personifies inside you, each individual soul. Kurukshetra really happened there for you to see it as a movie, and Kurukshetra is really happening here. Now you have to tell yourself which part of you is from that movie. How many of you want to be Duryodhana? So when you watch the movie, you see what happened to Duryodhana. Will you want to be Duryodhana? When you are about to sling a bird and you know what happened to Dhritarashtra, what will you do? Possibility you'll be blind in the next lifetime, Smiley. So don't kill anything, but you can remove pests, even if you kill them, if they are in your house. Jessica, you can tramp the cockroach until the white splits out. After doom don't work, then you hit it with a shoe. You bust it with the shoe. I don't know why you scream so much and hate cockroaches so much. It's pure white inside. Huh? It's pure white running inside a cockroach. Smash it with a heel. I know, I saw running in my consciousness. Hey, whack in cockroach. Ryan? You and Norman kick it from the house. And Rani kills them.
No, I'm the one that runs.
Okay. You understand now the stage, how it is set. And I wanted to give you this background. We'll always be going into backgrounds throughout the Bhagavad Gita to make the Bhagavad Gita relevant for today, tomorrow, and all eternity, because the Bhagavad Gita is an eternal document. And I like these same gurus, these impersonators, they'll tell you Sanatan means eternal, Dharma means cosmic law. If something is eternal, what it means? You can't change it. If something is eternal, you can't change it. Okay, we're going to stop there. I hope this discourse was informative. I hope it brought you into alignment, because I want you to understand yourself as a reader. When you eventually read in the Bhagavad Gita from these discourses, then it must take you on a coherent journey. The Bhagavad Gita is not an external manual. The Bhagavad Gita is an internal manual. It's not outside you, it is inside you. Did I show you chapter 10, verses 3, 4 and 5 shows that the Bhagavad Gita is inside you, that Lord Śrī Nārāyaṇa computed the virtues and the vices inside you. He is saying there, yes, it's up to you to choose. He gave you poison and he gave you a fruit. Choice is yours. You drink the poison, you'll suffer. You eat the fruit, you'll be prosperous. Up to you, God gives you. Unlike Abrahamic religion. Abrahamic religion has made Satan, they personified Satan as equal to God. Nothing can be equal to God. Satan is not an external thing. There's no such thing as Satan. No such thing as Satan. You just have a demonic personality and a divine personality. Those of you that have a demonic personality, Asmika, we can call you Satan. And in Hindi, Satan. Jai Śrīman Nārāyaṇa.